Welcome back to another part of my F1 24 Kimi Antonelli Coremo. Today we head to Kimi's home race in Italy. It's the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Last time out in Japan. Do go check that video out if you haven't already. We had a sort of mixed race. We were defending for most of the stint, but we did come home in P10, which was our first point on the board, and we are now ahead of our teammate as well, Alexander Albon, in the standings. Williams are now up to 8th, which is very solid indeed, and we're just behind Yuki Tsunoda, who is on 2 points. Hopefully we can replicate something similar today. All we need is we don't need a third DNF in 6 races. That's all I'm asking for, and I reckon we can have a good race. We've shown pace when there are no failures, but with failures there's not much you can do. So now let's head to the race weekend. We've got loads of upgrades coming in as well, which should put us right up there and fighting for points consistently, and hopefully we can make Q3. First lap, last lap in Q1 actually, we're going to come up to the line. It's 1.2 seconds gained, and that is going to be enough to see us through into Q2. We had to go on 3 runs. For the first 2 on the same set, this was on a new set because we just didn't really get the track. We found 3 seconds in our second run, but it still wasn't enough to elevate us from P20, which as our first lap was so bad, but we were just getting used to the track as we don't often do practice. But P8 and we're through to Q2. Albon also makes it through into Q2, as here we are then. Albon and I are both P14 and 15. Albon shoots up the order into somewhere I can't see, which means he must be in the top 10 somewhere. Can we follow him through? We come up to the line, we gain about 6-7 tenths overall, and 0.04 tenths in the final out of the final corner, which is enough to squeeze us through into Q3, just ahead of Lance Stroll, which is absolutely massive. And now here we are in our final run in Q3. You see we run over the Cubs a bit too much there, which isn't ideal, and then we have a little snap of oversteer which costs us about a tenth, but we were still currently the timings are so tight that it wouldn't matter that much as we come round the final corner and up to the line. We need a 1:16.9 to beat George Russell in P6, but I don't see that happening. It's a 1:17.2. Does that elevate us from P10? P9, okay, so we will be ahead of our teammate in the race, lining up P9 and P10. Very solid outing from the Williams cars. The upgrades are clearly showing incredibly well, but we are still quite far away from Carlos Sainz in P8. 3 tenths is the gap, but after that the gaps are so close, so a few more upgrades and we could be there. But it's a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton front row lockout. Let's now head to the race. Mark, I'll be taking plenty of risks today. I want to give a good showing to those out there supporting me in the stands. The one Italian driver on the grid. We are going to be reared up for this. But both Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc both taking penalties, which elevates our position up into P7 as we go to 5 red lights. For the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, our home race is lights out and away we go. We get a much better start than the cars ahead. We overtake Alonso. We overtake Russell immediately off the line. Can we also get Piastri? We try and dart round the outside, but then there's Russell on our outside as well. But we're up into P5 already. We're starting P7. What an incredible start for us. And Oscar Piastri is ahead of us. Can we capitalise on it with a good exit? We get a much better exit than Piastri. He's going to squeeze us right onto the grass, but we're going to feed the car round the outside into the chicane, and we're going to go up into P4. So an incredible start for us in our Williams as we career into the back of Lewis Hamilton. I'm so shocked we didn't get damage from that. But the strategy is a medium to hard. I didn't really mention this, but we're too busy fighting about our race at the moment as Norris gets overtaken by Hamilton. We're also going to dive down the inside of Hamilton, of Norris, who does squeeze us a bit, but we are going to make it through and go up onto the podium positions. So we're currently P3 in a Williams. An incredible start for us in our home race, and up into P3 with Lewis Hamilton 1.3 seconds ahead and Max Verstappen 4.2. Norris on the hards and Piastri both clearly struggling to get that grip off the line, and we have taken full advantage of that, and their tyres cold probably still while our tyres are warmed up, and I am loving these medium tyres at the moment. They feel so good on the car. But as you can see, now lap 7, we make a little mistake out of Aqua Minerale, and Norris is going to capitalise on that, and Norris is going to overtake us. Piastri also wants to go past us. We're going to try and dive back down the inside of Norris, but you can't really dive back down the inside of someone into that chicane. So Norris has overtaken us, and we drop out of the podium positions, but still P4. An incredible result it would be if we could finish here. But Norris is up in P3, and he has escaped, and as you can see, lap 9, he has dropped us by 7 seconds. So our tyres, however incredible they were in the first part of the stint, they have dropped off massively. You could see when Norris overtook me that we were finding it difficult. But now we are pitting, end of lap 9, and 1 lap ahead of our pit schedule. But I need to get rid of these tyres. They're costing me so much time. We're going to release Russell, and hopefully the undercut will work. As we come into the pit lane, we need a good stop from the team. Our home race, running the highest we ever have in our history on merit. As we come into the pit lane, we need a good stop. And we don't know. There's a right rear wheel issue, and we're stationary 2.5 seconds longer than we wanted to be. And could that be crucial? Could that be the difference between P4 and P9 in this race? It would be huge if that cost us. I'm so annoyed with the team right now. That'd be poor. The one time we genuinely need a great pit stop from the team, we don't get it, and we're going to now need to work our socks off to catch back up to Russell, who is probably faster than us, even on those worn medium tyres, because of the power unit underneath him. As the first round of pit stops, we are coming out. We are going to try it. We're trying to be ahead of Sergio Perez, who is our closest rival, and George Russell, as we overtake Perez, and we overtake Russell by about half a second. So we are way ahead of them, which is very, very solid indeed. As now, Piastri's coming out of the pits. He's there. Are we going to be ahead of Piastri? He looks like he might have just got us as Alonso tries to go around our outside. We go defensive from Alonso as we break so late, but we managed to just overtake Piastri as well. I don't know how we've done that, but I'm not going to complain. Alonso was overtaking him as well, and we're up into P4. So, wow, incredible stuff. There's now Piastri going for the move on us. He's on the medium tyres. He's done a hard to medium. We're going to try and defend as Perez goes round our outside. We're going to try and just shoot our car right in between them, take the inside line, and move up into P4 and keep that position. It's so important. We need to defend. These tyres, once again, like the mediums, have been incredible for us in the first part of the stint, and they have lasted longer than the mediums, as they are the harder compound. Piastri, once again, is going to try and go round our outside. We're going to go down the inside and just keep the position. But this time, we've played a bit of chess there, because we now have the DRS. Piastri doesn't. Piastri might overtake us here on pure slipstream, but we will now have the DRS. We have the ERS as well, as we're going to have now the slipstream. Perez is going to overtake us. We need to be watched for him, though, as we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1, but we see the gap, go through and move up into P4 again. And we played that game again and again and again with Piastri. And we just kept the position. And now, as we come around the final corner, lap 22 of lap 22, we're going to come up to the line. It's not going to be a podium, but it is going to be P4 in our home race. So an incredible, incredible drive from us. I'm not sure how we could have maximised that more. P4, defending pretty much the whole race. Great strategy. The 2.5 seconds extra pit stop from the team was not helpful, but we still drove through it, and an incredible, incredible race.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say? Puts up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So then it's P4 for us, our highest ever finish in our so far in our career. P4 for us, 43 seconds behind Verstappen, but who cares? Hamilton and Norris chased each other to the line, but Hamilton just ended up on top. And it's Alexander Albon down in P18 despite starting P8, so in a terrible, terrible race from him. In terms of the standings, we move up ahead of loads and loads of drivers in the championship, up to P11 and onto the first list with 13 points, 12 points earned from today one last time out in Japan. And in the constructors, we overtake Visa Cash App RB with that 1 point, with that by 2 points with that one result. So incredible stuff, and we are carrying the team on our back so far. As we check our messages, and we see that we are scheduled to hit our target. We gained by 2 more ratings, and we are up to a 67 in our overall after that race. So very solid indeed. Our 69 is our target for the season, and it looks like we will hit that quite comfortably. But now we have a secret meeting to do, and normally I would do that next episode, but we already know our decision. It's going to be with Haas, and they're going to be wanting to sign us for next season. We're going to go to the secret meeting, and, well, I'll just show you guys what I do. So Haas look very, very interested in signing us, but they haven't got many points this season. Currently 10th in the constructors, 0 points, and they show us their development, and they've got less upgrade applies and a lower success rate. So why would we want to sign to them? So we decline, and you guys will now see what brownie points we get.
Hey, just a quick one from me. The team are pleased that you declined that meeting. Gold star, brownie points, etc., etc. I guess we'll see if anything else more exciting comes calling. But let's focus on our current seat for now.
So then, the team are proud that we have declined that meeting. If we continued the talks, we would have lost some recognition. But instead, we've actually gained some recognition from that. And I'll see you guys next time in Monaco. One of the most trickiest circuits on the calendar. I've never driven it on any of the F1 games I've ever played, so I'm not looking forward to it at all. But but you can't really overtake on it. So I guess, based off our defensive drives in the last few races, we could benefit from that a lot. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.